Actually, I camped about a mile from here, and I walked the next little bit to the edge of the park. Campsite wasn't till the next day, so I sat there all day.
Hottest day in recent history is here. I was talking to a guy who's done the trail a couple times and lives in the Phoenix area. He said that haven't had a day like this since I think like late 1800s. So we're feeling it. I mean, we just got to Colossal a little bit ago, had some ice cream, resupplied. So we got full food capacity right now, close to full water capacity because this last little area that we just were with all the bees pounding the water. That was the last water until our campsite tonight at Grassy Shack, 15 miles away. So we're gonna be hauling a little bit. It's not too bad in terms of like climb or anything, but you know, all the extra food, all the extra water, hottest day on trail by far. We're down low right now too. Definitely adds up, but we're gonna get there and it'll set us up nicely for an early morning climb tomorrow. Try to get most of that out of the way, but Outlaw is about a half day behind us now. He stayed in town due to some knee issues, but he said he's gonna catch up with us, I think either in Oracle or when we go into Kearney. So yeah, he said he's feeling really good. He got a little knee brace, and yeah, just really enjoying the scenery. The giant saguaros are amazing. They're like 30 feet tall, some of them, and like hundreds of years old for the oldest ones. But yeah, it's just phenomenal. I'm really excited to get into some high elevation tomorrow. There might be a little bit of snow left over, but the most important part is there's water everywhere. So water carries will be very short. So yeah, keep on trucking today, get through this little stretch of pain and get the rewards just after. But yeah. Oh shit!
LMT, baby.
Phew! So that last stretch we just came through for that little siesta was super gnarly. There was like no shade anywhere. Super hot, just like brutal. I'm covered in sweat, super damp. But we got to that little spot with the cottonwood, camped out. It was beautiful. Slept for like 2 hours, pegged out on some food, lightened the load a bit. Now we're finally in Saguaro Park. I don't know if that's how you say it. Gotten very mixed reviews from locals. Say the G is supposed to be pronounced like an H because it's a Mexican word or Spanish word, but I don't know. Saguaro, whatever. They're insane though. I mean, they're like towering all around us. It's like Silver was like talking about how it's like being in a forest, and like it truly is. Like, they're just everywhere, man, and they're giant, and like every single one of them that's like that big, it's like at least a couple hundred years old, which is just like absurd, especially just for things that grow in the desert. But yeah, gonna be busting out the rest of this climb, hopefully getting to camp at a reasonable hour. But we're gonna be getting to Oracle on Friday and showering and doing laundry and just being clean. So I'm very much looking forward to that. So get there when we get there. But for now, it's this super steep climb all the way up over Micah Mountain tomorrow and out of the park and back to the desert floor and then back up to Lemmon. So it's crazy stuff. Super hilly out here. But yeah. Do a little camp breakdown. Nice night of sleep. But the best part is we have a cloudy day in the desert, which is awesome. We have this super steep climb up Micah Mountain, getting out of Saguaro today, and I could not be happier to know it's going to be nice and mild rather than freaking 95 degrees like it was yesterday. I was not feeling good yesterday. Even after the break we took and starting to climb back up, we were just soaked with sweat. It was awful. And then we got into camp late and all that, but no, it'll be great today because there's a big water carry once we get down the other side and everything. But I'm just loving the environment up here. Just big cedars, big oaks, some sycamores down there by the creek. This is the quintessential desert environment that I love to be in. So definitely gonna enjoy it, especially the higher up we go. I'm sure we'll get some even cooler stuff, but yeah, as for now, it's just packing up, listening to these Mexican Jays go nuts. They're just kind of ravaging everyone's sites where people were staying. And it's wild. It surprises me that we got here to camp last night. There was everyone was in bed. Everyone was in their tents. And it wasn't that late. It was 8:15. It really surprised me that there's not that many people also night hiking at all. And I mean, a lot of people were gone by the time I went through to go to the bathroom, but I mean, that was 7. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think people are camping kind of early, which is power to them, but I really enjoy getting more a midday break and then hiking a little late as opposed to hiking in the heat of the day. But everyone does their own thing. But yeah, we're gonna keep moving and get up this friggin' mountain. We still got another, I think 2,000 or 3,000 feet to climb. So, yep. Micah Mountain. You. We're feeling it today. That descent off of that ridge was so brutal, so hot. The clouds that were out didn't hold up that much. And now we're in one of the driest sections on trail. Got a bunch of water just at this recent creek, which was nice. But now it's kind of 15 and a half miles to the next water source, which is a cache. So I think what we were thinking about is doing them all tonight or today, but I don't know. I'm feeling pretty beat up and tired, so we might just stop some point along the way and push the rest tomorrow. But it's brutal. It's as soon as we drop back down, it was just right back into the heat of it, literally. But tomorrow we're gonna start climbing right back up to where we were, and hopefully the weather will just be nice But I mean, these clouds that we did get today were like the best that we're gonna have for a while. Like, there's still no precipitation. All the sources are still really dry. But yeah, I mean, it's not like this wasn't known coming in. The water situation was very clear, but just gotta keep rolling with it. Still see how many cow ponds I can pass up before I have to actually drink from one. But I'm gonna keep that going because I'm good on that. But I'm sure it'll happen. But yeah, we'll keep on trucking.
That's what our whole family calls us. Get the twins. Just get the...
Pretty good bit in today already. Probably like 4-ish miles, 5 miles, something like that. It's hot. The climb up out from where we camped last night was really brutal. And like, we didn't even get to where we wanted to, but we were both just so wiped and just over it from the heat, and the downhill out of Saguaro was so tough. It was just like loose and hot, and like the one cloud, like all the clouds that were around were great, and then they just like, there's this big hole as we were descending, so we just got like full sunlight, which was brutal. But the trail magic was nice, but at the same time it also kind of killed our momentum too, and it also like super slowed us down in terms of like having, you know, a burger and 2 hot dogs and some chips in my stomach, and it was still hot when we were leaving. That was tough. But yeah, physically and mentally it's starting to wear, you know, like aches and pains are one thing, but mentally just like pushing so hard and, you know, walking in the heat of the day like this down at low elevation, it just takes such a toll on you. And it's hard to, you know, kind of keep pressing like that. But I think we're going to take either a 0 or a like not half day, like almost full day in town on Saturday in Oracle after we stay the night there on Friday, and kind of recharge a bit, get some good food. Like, I would love some like orange, like any kind of fruit really. Think about watermelon a lot. But yeah, so we'll have an easier stretch of trail out of Oracle too to Kearney. So we'll be recharged for that and be able to push ourselves a little harder after that, and the harder stuff between there and Superior. But as for now, we just gotta get through this long dry stretch through this wash and canyon and everything, and then do a big old climb up to elevation similar to where we were yesterday around Mount Lemmon. But there's a lot of good flowing water there, which sounds just dreamy. So can't wait to get into that.
I think at this point it is just natural.
It's just crazy how beautiful it is in here. And I was thinking about it, like, just when you walk through areas like these, at least for me, like, this is my why I thru hike and why I'm out here. Like, I'm in search of, you know, just amazing scenery like this. And like, being in these areas, I'm walking up 3,600 feet in the next 7.5 miles. and like the fulfillment I have inside of me, like the happiness and joy and like genuine, like childlike awe walking through this canyon that I would have never known existed if it weren't for this trail. Like, it's just unbelievable. Unreal. I feel like so gracious that I can experience this and be here with beautiful clouds, the sun behind the ridge. Just went swimming in the middle of the desert. It was amazing. I felt so clean and refreshed, and after so many days of being a dirty, salty, smelly, just being able to swim just felt so amazing, and I'm so thankful that I was able to. Just being out here, it's the same feeling. You know, you might go through some strong hardships and have a really hard time, and then you get to your why. And at least for me, that's what always keeps me going out here. It keeps me going knowing that there's so many places like this in the country and the world that I can kind of experience in this way. But enough of that sappy crud. Let's keep going.